Hey players, I wanted to talk to you guys about people that I consider an inspiration in my life. I could probably go on for days talking about people like Thomas Jefferson or Master Yoda, but I've decided to narrow it down to 5 key people that I feel right now, at this moment in time, truly influence my life. These are my 5 heroes.
This is the Josh Speaks. Watching the Josh Speaks.
As you sit there on your MacBook watching this video, Steve Jobs is the man who gave you that laptop. No, not directly gave it to you. He's the man who pioneered the entire brand of Apple. Small clap for Steve Wozniak too. The average person now is looking at Steve Jobs as some type of technology god, and that makes sense, as long as you know his history. You see, the thing I admired most about Steve Jobs was the fact that he was always on top of what he wanted. That's how he had his first kid. The man with little to no experience called IBM and said, "Hey, give me a job." And as the years passed, Steve Jobs understood the concept of building a brand. He knew that creating something that consumers can truly feel made them unique was the way of the future. I don't even need to go into detail on all the things Steve Jobs accomplished. Just look at all the industries he's touched. Music, computer, animations. The man was ruthless, the man was smart, the man was cutthroat, the man was the man. The next hero on my list has truly done it all. From music to movies to television, Will Smith has conquered everything. Now, I loved The Fresh Prince growing up. I always felt Will's character was so real, like it was him, you know? And since he was so damn good at what he did, they gave him creative control over his own character because they knew he would carry it to be a star. And that's exactly what he did. He followed it up with awesome music. He showed the world that he didn't need to curse or talk about sex and drugs and hookers and all these other things to make good quality music. Not only that, Will Smith carried his amazing talent into movies and knocked them out of the box seats. The man proved that no matter what you put him in, he would show his star capabilities. And that's what I truly admired about him, because no matter what the situation called for, he always gave his best performance. Do you smell what The Rock is cooking? This man inspires my life every single day on Twitter. Now I, like the millions of kids growing up, love The Rock. He was the people's champ. And after wrestling, he found himself doing Disney movies, which a lot of people didn't respect him for. His reasoning was that he wanted to take a different approach and do comedy. I can respect that. But now The Rock is an ass-kicking motivational machine. If you want to see what I'm talking about, follow The Rock on Twitter. This man posts pictures and quotes and everything you need to get you pumped up to work your ass off in the gym. I'm sorry, Stallone. Move over, Schwarzenegger, because The Rock is the true ass-kicking machine. And that's why I respect the hell out of this guy. Because he does what he wants, he takes what he wants, and he doesn't answer to nobody. A lot of the theories and inspirational stories that I've told people can kind of be rooted back to Anthony Robbins. I've heard a few stories that say the man is kind of an asshole in real life, but that shouldn't detract from the message he's trying to get across. When I was first studying the art of motivation and learning to motivate myself, I learned a lot from Anthony Robbins' 1980s audio cassette tapes. The man spoke about tapping into your innate power, something a lot of people have trouble with. And what made his seminar so great is that he always followed through with the success story. Who knew that once Kenny Rogers retired, he would still have the energy to travel around from store to store promoting his chicken because he believed it was that damn good? Or that through using neuro-linguistic programming, you can make a woman who has never orgasmed in her life orgasm in front of a crowd of thousands of people. Gangsta. I consider Anthony Robbins a hero because he has the power to bring people together through motivation and words of encouragement. The last guy on my list has a bald and odd-shaped head, wears platform shoes to make himself look taller, and has probably slept with more women than you can ever dream of. I'm talking about Neil Strauss. Yes, I read the game, and I understand he was once considered the world's best pickup artist. But the main reason why I consider Neil Strauss to be one of my heroes is because anything he wanted to learn, he found the masters in every field and picked apart knowledge from all their brains to create his own system. If you have read the game, you'll see that he stopped at no lengths. He found masters of seduction, of fashion, of breathing exercises. In Neil's book Emergency, he did the exact same thing with survival skills. He learned how to wield a knife, how to shoot a gun, and how to use dirt to make clean water. The man traveled as far as he needed to gain the purest and truest knowledge that he could to educate himself. I think if you're willing to spend a week alone in the desert living off of whatever you could find, that's balls, man. And there you have it. The top 5 people I would consider heroes in my life, because through their stories, I'm motivated to make my own. As always, guys, love and peace. I mean, there are a few people that came close, but they just didn't make the cut. Xanatos from Gargoyles, he was a badass. Siler from Heroes, Peter, you have the hunger. Dr. Cox from Scrubs, nobody got in his way. And even Jay Sherman from The Critic. What? You don't agree?